Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime, news, and more. So there was a news update today in the case of missing middle schooler Madalina Cojocari. Her mother, Diana Cojocari, decided to plead guilty to the felony charge that was held against her. Now, for those that are less familiar with this case, Madalina Cojocari was last seen November of 2022. She was last seen getting off of her school bus. And her parents waited 3 weeks to report her missing. They were prodded by the school. It took them knocking on their door for them to finally say, "Oh, we don't know where she is." And they have been charged. Both Diana and her husband, Christopher Palmeter, have been charged with failing to report Madalina missing. So today, again, like I stated, Diana was in court and she pled guilty to the charges held against her.
Well, Diana Cojocari, the mother of Madalina, changed her plea from not guilty to guilty this morning. Now, she has been behind bars since December of 2022, facing a felony charge for failing to report her daughter's disappearance to police. And after spending the max time in jail, she is expected to be released from jail today. Now, Madalina has not been seen publicly since the evening of November 21st of 2022, leaving her school bus. Weeks later, despite claiming not to know Madalina's whereabouts, Madalina's parents officially reported her missing on December 15 after multiple inquiries from Madalina's school and questions about Madalina's absence. Both Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmeter, and Madalina's mother, Diana Cojocari, were arrested and charged with a felony for failing to report Madalina missing.
So she pleads guilty today, and she may be released today. She has served the maximum sentence for this crime. That said, she's probably going to be deported. My problem with that is, where is Madalina, Diana? Where's your daughter?
Palmeter was released from jail last August after his bail was reduced from $200,000 to $25,000. He had a court case scheduled for today. That has been pushed to tomorrow. Today, Diana changed her plea to guilty. She has served the max time and getting credit for 520 days. And her release from jail has been granted this morning. Now, Cornelius police was in court today, and they say they are holding out hope to find Madalina.
Good morning. We're not prepared to make any formal statements. I spoke to one of the reporters upstairs, and we're just thankful this part of the investigation is behind us and the search for Madalina continues. And as I've said many times before, we won't stop until we find her.
Now, Diana is not an American citizen, so she is facing deportation as well following this felony charge. And again, Madalina remains missing.
Yep, Madalina, she's still missing. We have no idea where now 13-year-old Madalina is. The only two that hold the answers would be Diana and Christopher. And I'm seeing the chief there speak briefly outside the courthouse. You can tell he's a bit worked up. This has been a case close to the Cornelius Police Department's heart. And I know they have done everything that they can. They are determined to find Madalina. And again, the reporter stated that Christopher was supposed to start his trial today, but that got pushed back to tomorrow at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. So we should probably have some updates on his charges this week. Whether he'll plead guilty as well, I don't know. But since January of 2023, there have been multiple depositions and in-person arraignments that have been held on this case as far as the failure to report Madalina. And again, for those that are less familiar with the case, Madalina was 11 at the time of her disappearance. She has since turned 13 years old. Diana has stated that she last saw her on the 22nd, but the last actual proof of life is her getting off of that school bus. And again, Diana did not report Madalina missing until December 15th of 2022, when she was forced to arrive to a report to the school, and she had to tell them, I don't know where Madalina is. And there's a whole debacle as far as Christopher. He left town supposedly to see family members and came back. The two, Diana and Christopher, played the, oh, I don't know where she is. Maybe you know where she is. Are you hiding her? Where is she? It was like it's like they were looking for a remote control underneath a sofa cushion. This is a child who was 11 years old at the time she went missing. And as we know, children don't just disappear, although they kind of seem to. But there's a lot of suspicions around Diana. Christopher seems to have potentially been gone. So I personally am very suspicious of Diana because she made a trip to the mountains of western North Carolina and while Christopher was out of town. Question is, did Diana sell or pass off Madalina to someone else? It's possible. There have been sightings of Madalina near Sugar Mountain, North Carolina, as well as the Pisgah National Forest in Madison County, North Carolina, but nothing has been confirmed as to if it was truly Madalina that they spotted. So again, the Cornelius Police Department has vowed to not give up the search for Madalina, and I definitely will be continuing to cover her missing case here because I want her to come home. I want her to be found, hopefully safe. I pray that she's found safe. And if you have any information about Madalina, please call the Cornelius Police Department at 704-892-773, or you can also call the North Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers tip line at 704-896-7867. The bottom line is we need to bring Madalina home, and obviously that's not going to be to Diana or Christopher, but we need to bring her back to Cornelius safe. Alright guys, that's all I've got for this one. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.